What if I told you that thousands of trained Roman soldiers disappeared from history without a single explanation? No final battle, no survivors, no records explaining what happened. Just thousands of men who seemed to have vanished. And the deeper historians investigated, the stranger the mystery became. Ancient Mysteries, Episode 2. The Roman Army that vanished without a trace. Our mystery begins inside the greatest empire of the ancient world. The Roman Empire ruled millions of people. Its armies conquered vast territories. Its roads connected continents, and its officials recorded almost everything. Taxes, trade, battles, even individual military units, which makes what happened next almost impossible, because one Roman legion appears to disappear from history. Not a soldier, not a squad, an entire military force. RK stared at the records in disbelief. How many soldiers are we talking about? Professor PK gave an answer that changed everything. A Roman legion was not a small group. It could contain thousands of trained fighters. These men were among the most disciplined fighters in the ancient world. They built roads, they built forts, they conquered kingdoms, and they rarely disappeared. Yet one legion seems to vanish from the historical record. Kika searched through ancient documents. At first, everything looked normal. The legion appears in official records, it receives orders, it performs military duties, it continues operating like any other legion. Then, something strange happens. The records stop. Not gradually, not over decades, suddenly, almost as if the legion had simply vanished. And that is when historians began searching for answers. But every answer only seemed to create a bigger mystery. RK leaned closer to the evidence board. So what happened to them? Professor PK smiled. That's the question historians have been asking for centuries. The first theory seems obvious. Perhaps the legion was destroyed in battle. Ancient warfare was brutal. Entire armies sometimes disappeared during major conflicts. But there was a problem. The Romans usually documented military disasters. Victories were recorded, defeats were recorded too, yet no record clearly explains the legion's disappearance. Theory number 1 suddenly looked much weaker. So, historians turned to a second possibility. Perhaps the legion was simply transferred somewhere else. The Roman Empire stretched across enormous distances. Legions were constantly moved from one region to another. But once again, the records refuse to cooperate. No destination appears in surviving documents. No replacement records have been found, and no one knows where the legion went. Then historians discovered a theory so strange that it sounds like fiction. A theory that would take the missing legion thousands of miles from Rome. A theory suggesting that some Roman soldiers may have ended up on the other side of the world. RK stared at the map in complete disbelief. Are you saying Roman soldiers may have reached China? Professor PK nodded carefully. Some historians believe it's possible. The theory begins with a devastating Roman defeat, a defeat that may have left surviving soldiers far from home. According to the theory, some prisoners may have been taken eastward, far beyond the borders of the Roman Empire, far beyond anything most Romans had ever seen. Then comes the most fascinating clue. Ancient Chinese records describe unusual foreign warriors, warriors who fought in formations unfamiliar to local armies. Some researchers noticed similarities to Roman military tactics, and suddenly the theory exploded in popularity. Could these mysterious warriors have been Roman soldiers? Kika examined the evidence carefully, and she discovered an important problem. The evidence is far from conclusive. Many historians remain skeptical. Some argue the similarities may simply be coincidence. Others believe the theory remains possible. And that is why the mystery remains unsolved. Perhaps the Legion was destroyed. Perhaps it was transferred elsewhere. Or perhaps some soldiers really did travel farther than anyone imagined. These are real Roman military artifacts discovered by archaeologists. Roman legions once guarded one of the largest empires in history. Yet some chapters of their story remain incomplete. And somewhere within those missing pages may lie the answer to what happened to the Roman army that vanished without a trace. RK looked at the final clue and smiled. Maybe the mystery isn't that they disappeared. Maybe we just haven't found them yet. Professor PK nodded, because history still holds countless secrets waiting to be uncovered. If you enjoyed today's mystery, subscribe to Yoreva. Follow us for more ancient mysteries, lost civilizations, anthropology stories, and unbelievable true tales from our past. Because every mystery leaves clues. And we'll see you in the next mystery.